Good day, gentlemen. I've been with my girl for over 7 years, and the harsh reality is we would have never built this beautiful relationship that we have if I hadn't learned how to balance love with alone time. Because here's the thing, you're a kind person, so you don't want to reject your girl, ever, and I'm the same way. But then we don't get that alone time, and we kind of secretly start resenting her until our kindness turns into anger that we will regret minutes later. And worst of all, she doesn't even know what's happening because we never told her that we need alone time. Your woman might even be understanding, but you feel ashamed of yourself. You feel like you're broken. You feel like you shouldn't need alone time. And then this whole cycle starts over once again. Let's fix that once and for all, so that you can actually build the thriving relationship you want and deserve. In order to do that, we need to first understand why we as men even have that need for alone time. And here's the thing, this is a legitimate need. This is not an avoidant attachment style, or this comes not from some trauma. This is a legitimate need. And actually, there's this story in kind of an old school relationship book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, where the author tells a story that actually someone told him. And this story perfectly describes the cycle that you and your woman go through. So the person who told the author this was an older woman from a Native American tribe. And she basically told him that the older women in those tribes will tell the younger women who just got married or something like that, they tell them a particular story of how to handle their man, essentially, how to understand their man and how to love him. And so this story goes like this. A man will every once in a while go into his cave to gain clarity and to solve problems that he has in his life. If his woman follows him into that cave to get him to open up to her, to get him to tell her his thoughts, to try to help him even though he didn't ask for that, then that woman will get burned by the dragon who's guarding the entrance to that cave. And that dragon is essentially you unintentionally hurting her by withdrawing further when she runs after you into your cave, or by actually lashing out at her and getting angry at her. I know this story sounds a bit corny and a bit out there, but brother, I wouldn't be telling you this if this very principle hadn't had a massive positive effect on my own relationship and on the relationship of many of my clients who I also teach this stuff to. Because here's the thing, while we as men and women and everyone else who identifies differently, in my opinion, are all of the same value, I know this is almost weird to say this as someone who talks to masculine people these days, because a lot of people are so hateful these days, but everyone is of equal value. Here's the thing, we still have different attributes, different skills, different qualities, and we can use those to complement each other, to help each other out. We're not enemies, we're actually complementary opposites. And so for women, most of the time, to generalize here, solve their problems and gain clarity by talking to other people, by opening up about their problems. This is why therapy works very well for women and not so well for men. Maybe you've even been in therapy and it didn't really do anything for you because you just talk about your problems, but there's no action plan. This is one of the things that I do with my clients, right? A lot of my clients actually, they have been in therapy and didn't make any progress. And then they come to me and we do action plans and we do straight talk. We talk about the fucking problem in a very, very direct way that sometimes hurts a bit, and they actually make progress. So anyway, back to the point. Women talk about their problems. Women open up about their problems. They talk about their thoughts, they talk about their feelings, and that helps them solve the problem. For men, that's a bit different. We as men need alone time to gain clarity, to solve those problems. And if we need help, we will ask for it. From our friends, from our girlfriend, from anyone else. We will ask for it specifically. But we don't want someone to come in and just help us because, let's be honest, that makes us feel a bit worthless. It makes us, if my girl or your girl or anyone's woman comes in and is like basically trying to help us, the feeling that we get without it being able to really control this, and this is not really an ego thing or anything like that, it's just, I think this is our nature, to be honest. What happens is she comes in, tries to help us, but really we're just like, hey, do you not think that I can solve this by myself? Like, do you think this poorly of me that you need to help me here and like smother me here and be like a mom for me here? Like, I can solve my own problems. We always take it as disrespect when someone tries to help us, even though we didn't ask for it. Now, let's get actionable here. What I actually did and still do to avoid my dragon coming out and burning my girl is a very simple thing. First of all, I told her the whole story of the cave, of the dragon, of getting burned, all that stuff. And she understood. And then whenever I need to go into my cave, I'm simply telling her, hey, I love you. I need to go into my cave right now. I need to figure some stuff out right now. And if I need help, I'll ask for it. Please don't run after me. Please don't make me feel like I can't solve my own problems. And I will be back at X time, or once I'm done, we will do X. You make some kind of promise. You give her some kind of reassurance that you will come out of that cave again. This is very important, especially if you have someone who is maybe more anxious in their attachment style. This is crucial. And I'm talking from experience here because actually not my girl was anxious in the past, but I was extremely anxious to the point where, I'm not even kidding, no red flags from my girl. She had a bit of an avoidance side, but I would say 90% secure attachment. And I got so anxious and so afraid about her leaving me because I made some stupid mistake, about her cheating on me because I'm not good enough and because I don't have enough money and enough muscles and whatever else bullshit. I bought into all of that. And, well, it was honestly conditioning from when I was younger, from getting betrayed by friends, by family, in many different ways. Yeah, so I can say, hey, if someone goes away into their cave and doesn't tell you that they will come back out, that might make an anxious person feel very fucking anxious. So make sure you give her some reassurance. Make sure before you even say, hey, I need to go into this cave, you tell her I love you. Even if she's not anxious, this still applies. Even if she's very secure or avoidant, this still actually applies. And whatever promise you make, whether you tell her, hey, I'll be back in 2 hours, or whether you tell her, hey, once I'm done with this, whatever, maybe you have a work project you need to solve and you need to just sit at your desk for the next 5 days non-stop and just work, like figure something out in your business or something like that, or you're an athlete, you have some injury, you need to work through that, whatever. Simply tell her, hey, once I'm done with this, we will go for a dinner or we will go for some road trip or whatever it might be. Whatever promise you make, keep it. If you don't keep these promises, your woman will have such a hard time, for good reason, to leave you alone while you are in that cave. If you go into that cave, you make a promise, and then you don't hold that promise, you're fucked. And you have just completely given your woman every single reason to run after you into that cave, to try to get you out of that cave again, to try to reconnect, and then you will burn her once again with your dragon. That doesn't fucking help, man. So either don't make a promise, which I don't think is a good idea, because you need to give some kind of reassurance, or make a promise and fucking stick to it. Be a man of your word. And on that point of being a man of your word, my girl would often complain when I went into that cave. She would often try to reconnect with me and be like, oh no, like, oh whatever, like, just complaining and being very clingy and whatever else, right? And that would sometimes lead to me actually not going to that cave. Actually being like, you know what, I don't think it's that big of a deal, whatever, kind of rationalizing it and being like, nah, you know, let's just whatever, hang out together, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. Until I would start resenting her again because I didn't go into my cave and because I thought she was the reason for it, even though really I was the reason for it because I didn't actually do it, right? She can complain, but I can still do it. And so yeah, I would start resenting her again, and then that dragon would come out again. And what I realized over the years is when my girl and any other woman complains about Maybe I shouldn't say any other woman, but you get the point. Let's talk about my relationship here, okay? Because otherwise people would get upset again. But for my girl, when she's complaining that I shouldn't go into that cave, that, whatever, maybe she can help me, whatever, all this stuff, she's trying to rationalize that I shouldn't go into that cave. She doesn't do that to get me to not go into that cave. She does that to challenge me. The red pill calls this shit testing. I don't think it's a test at all. It's a challenge that she's giving to you so that you can actually overcome this challenge and through that become more like the man that you know you can be and that she knows you can be. So if she complains, if she whines that you shouldn't go into your cave, that she wants time with you, whatever else, and you still do it, what that shows is integrity. What that shows is self-trust. What that shows is strength. And if she sees that you have integrity, that you trust yourself, and that you have the strength to actually stand up to her, she will instantly realize that you will also stand up for her. This is the problem with the generic Mr. Nice Guy. He doesn't stand up to his girl. So she thinks subconsciously, oh, if he doesn't stand up to me, he also won't stand up for me. So I don't feel safe with this person. This is why the jerk gets the girl. Because he stands up to her, and he will also stand up for her. Of course, not the jerk, right? You get the point. But here's the thing, right? There's a generic Mr. Nice Guy, then there's the generic jerk or bully or whatever else. These are two opposite ends of a spectrum. And the opposite of crazy, the Mr. Nice Guy is crazy, the opposite of that is the jerk, but the opposite of crazy is still crazy. We need to find the elevated middle of that, which is a guy who can combine the best of both worlds, which is who you should be trying to become. Now, one more thing on this. There will be moments where your woman actually needs you, where you actually shouldn't go into that cave. And that moment happens like once or twice a year. I mean this, not a week, not a day, not a month, a year. Where she actually needs you. Maybe someone in her family just died. Maybe she just got laid off from her job. Maybe she's struggling with a friend of hers and that friendship is kind of breaking apart or whatever else. She's really going through it. And she needs you to be there for her. She needs you to make space for her. She needs you to listen. You will know when that moment is there. That moment happens so rarely. It's not because she's just emotional, oh, she had a shit day. No. She can handle that. Do you think she's 3 years old and can't handle having a bad day? No. Of course not. She's an adult. She's an intelligent adult. She can handle her own problems, but sometimes she needs you. Don't let that get into your head too much and don't be like, oh, fuck, no. Like, again, the opposite of crazy is still crazy. Crazy is being there for her every single time, even though you need time alone. The opposite of that is always being there for her. Also not good. The elevated middle of that is most of the time, go into your cave. Go after that need. Very, very few times actually be there for her. Like, of course, be there for her always, but very few times don't go into that cave even though you want to and be there for her. I think you should always, of course, be there for her, but when you need to be there for yourself, first and foremost, to then be there for her, do it. Because I said this in a video recently. I think it was the one titled, She's Not Your Enemy, Just Love Her. The only reason to take care of yourself is to take care of other people. And I don't mean that in a people-pleasing way. I mean it in the exact opposite way, actually. But a man is there for other people. A man takes care and takes responsibility for other people and for their lives and for their well-being. But he can't do that if he doesn't take care of himself first. And so to summarize all of this, tell your girl the story of the cave and of the dragon. And then whenever you need to go into that cave, tell her, I love you, I need to go into this cave, I'll be back at this time, or when I'm back we'll do this, whatever, make some promise, stick to that. Also stick to your word, actually fucking go into that cave. In 99.9% of the situations. And do that. And tell your girl that you're doing it. So that you can take care of yourself. So that you can then, again, take care of her. Tell her you're not rejecting her. Tell her you are simply doing this so that you can be fully there for her again once you've solved that problem, once you've gained the clarity. Fucking hell, I just realized after like 20 minutes of filming this video that my fingernails are dirty as hell. Maybe should have cleaned those before filming this video. Anyway, if you're a man who wants to take his relationship to that deeply loving level, then I want to offer you my help, and I want to explain to you how you could literally be talking to me within the next couple of hours potentially. Because I've already helped a bunch of men who were in very similar positions to you, and I've helped them build this relationship where their woman is so loving, so open, so kind, so radiant, and they feel deeply respected, they feel admired, they feel desired, and they feel at peace with themselves, with their relationship, and with the world in general. All of these men who I helped get to this point were stuck in their relationship when they first came to me. They felt like their relationship would never get better. They felt like it was doomed to fail, honestly. And what I offered them was a free alignment call with me. This is not a free coaching call. I don't have time for that these days, but it is a call where me and these guys discussed what is actually holding their relationship back, and we figured out whether I could help them build the kind of relationship that they actually want. This alignment call is also what I want to offer to you now. But quick disclaimer, yes, this call is free, but this is not for broke guys who are looking for some quick fix, advice, bullshit for free, whatever. No. This is for men in a stable financial position who are considering to have a mentor who can guide them along the path of actually building the relationship they truly want, because they know that nobody really ever taught them how to build that relationship, and they don't want to waste years like I had to do, because I didn't have the opportunity to even work with someone, and honestly no one really existed like this when I went through all these struggles. They don't want to waste years reading books and whatever, struggling and potentially risking that their relationship will fail during that time. Now look, my time is limited. I can only work with so many men at a time, and right now there are a few spots open. So if you are interested, then you can click the link in the description of this video. It takes you to a page where you can fill out an application form. There's also a bunch of testimonials on that page if you want to read those. But you fill out the application, that takes 2 minutes, and then if your application looks like you are qualified to work with me, you will be able to automatically schedule that alignment call with me. Meaning, if my calendar is free, you could literally be talking to me in a couple fucking hell. Can't talk. In a couple hours from now, because we need to take action here. We need speed here, right? We don't want to wait around. I try to keep my calendar as open as possible, so check that out if you're interested, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye.